Mikel Arteta to be given 50 million to spend in January as they are really targeting another player, Milinkovic-Savic. Then the plans of Arsenal to really prepare for the game of 26th of December after Arsenal are really after the World Cup is done. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. So Arsenal really having a very huge game today. They are playing away in Netherlands, that is PSV and Heaven. That's where they're really going to play their game from. Remember, the game they played at Emirates ended 0-0 in favor of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So Arsenal are really already through to the groups, to the round of 16 obviously, but they need to get a point in their remaining two games to see to it that they really make it simple for their qualification. So guys, smash the like button. Let's get straight into this, and obviously don't forget to subscribe to this channel if at all you're watching us for the very first time. Now, we've been told by Sun Sport via the Mail Online that Arsenal owner Stan Kroenke is reportedly ready to back Mikel Arteta in January transfer window by making a £50 million available to spend on two new players. Arteta wants to add a midfielder and a winger to his squad. So, when you look at how Arsenal is, it is really looking into a better position. And obviously, they can win the Premier League. Meaning, if they win the Premier League, they are going to make a lot of money. Close to 480 million pounds coming in from a side which goes by the name of the Premier League. And obviously they'll go on and really get in what we call Champions League money, meaning that if at all Arsenal goes ahead and really plays well in the Champions League, obviously they can earn another 100 million pounds from the Champions League. And obviously Adidas gets them more money when they qualify in the Champions League than when they are out of the Champions League. So it shows you that Arsenal are really looking at this, and for the very first time in life, we are going to see Arsenal spending 50 million pounds or plus in the January transfer window, and they are really going to go into this transfer window on merit, and obviously because they need to spend. Last January transfer window, Arsenal needed to spend to bring in a centre forward, but they didn't, and they said let's wait and see where we are really going to be standing on as soon as the end of the season, because they knew that they only have Lacazette and Nketiah, and the manager trusted Lacazette only, and Nketiah was not trusted. But at the end of the season, Nketiah really came up to be very important, beside which goes by the names of Arsenal. Now, why did Mikel Arteta not spend money in January on Vlahovic? Rumor has it that the agent of Vlahovic never really wanted to pick up the calls of Mikel Arteta, but Mikel Arteta was willing to go ahead and really spend 60 million pounds for a man who goes by the name of Vlahovic. But Dusan Vlahovic and his agent decided to go on and really go to a side which goes by the name of Juventus, and obviously Juventus has joined Arsenal in the UEFA Europa League, and I believe Arsenal is really going to be having a better future than a side which goes by the names of Juventus, because Juventus looks like they are going into a very long rebuild, and Allegri is really having a long way to go. So Sambi Lokonga is really trying to back Mikel Arteta, and obviously was willing to back him last January, but obviously Mikel Arteta and Edu said no. Why did they say no? They got to know that Gabriel Jesus was available, and secondly, Real Madrid wanted to sign Gabriel Jesus, but Gabriel Jesus couldn't go to Real Madrid because Real Madrid had reached the maximum of players they had to be in their team without Spanish passports. Now, because Vinicius Jr. really got his, it would have been possible after the summer transfer window. But Arsenal were really sure, and obviously they convinced Gabriel Jesus, and they said, all right, going in for a player who is not Premier League proven, for just to come in and really cover up for 6 months, yet we can really wait for a Premier League proven player to come in and really lead our line. Obviously, we would like Gabriel Jesus. And I think when they told Mikel Arteta on bringing Vlahovic in January and bringing Gabriel Jesus in the summer, he chose Gabriel Jesus because Gabriel Jesus was one of the players that Mikel Arteta had really gone ahead to go on and really play with. And obviously, I believe that Arteta is going to be willing to spend, bring in a midfielder and a winger. And obviously the winger they're thinking about is a right attacking winger with a left foot. But I don't know, at 50 million pounds, if I only want 2 players, I don't know how you're going to do it. Are they really counting so much onto Yuri Tielemans that they're going to get him on like 10 million pounds, and then they go for like 40 million pounds for like Mikhailo Modric or a Pedro Neto? So let's wait and see what Arsenal is going to go on for. But it's good news to all of the Arsenal fans all over the world that Stanley Kroenke, the owner, is willing to go on and really spend more 50 million pounds for a side which goes by the names of Arsenal in January, because Arsenal really needs a reinforcement. Because you see, the likes of Fabio Vieira are good, but I believe Fabio Vieira, to really hit his peak in the Premier League, he needs to go on and really work on his physicality. Good player, but the physicality in the Premier League teams obviously tells you how hard it always is in the Premier League, especially when you look at the man who goes by the names of Fabio Vieira. Talent-wise, Fabio Vieira is more talented than Marquinhos, but trust me, Marquinhos might fit into the Premier League faster than Fabio Vieira because of the physicality. So you see the reasons as to why Arsenal should go in for already finished article players like Yuri Tielemans. And I think in the January transfer window, you are not supposed to go in and really bring in a player coming out of the Premier League. I think it's better to go in the Premier League and sign in that winger that you really want, because if at all they don't do that, Bukayo Saka is really going to be playing very many games for side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Though the manager said that top players go in and really play close to 70 games a season, meaning that if at all Bukayo Saka wants to be a top player, he needs to go on and be playing a number of games that the manager really mentioned. So things are really doing great in here onto the channel which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football, and that's our first story. And then let's get into our second story of the day. Again, via mail online via Callasio Machcato, you know that guy from Well coming in from Italy. He has told us that Arsenal are reportedly willing to offer midfielder Sambi Lokonga along with 52 million pounds to secure the signature of Lazio captain Sambi Milinkovic-Savic. Juventus, Manchester United and Liverpool also interested in the 27-year-old midfielder. For this, I want to rule out Manchester United in this. Liverpool can be interested and Juventus can be interested. I don't believe Arsenal are interested in signing Sambi Milinkovic-Savic because it's not the kind of player that Mikel Arteta wants. I believe he has a lot of results, but Mikel Arteta will say this player at the age of 27, he doesn't fit into the age bracket of players we want to sign at Arsenal. Why doesn't he fit there? 27 years of age, Mikel Arteta might believe that he might need like 2 seasons to come on and really fit into the Premier League, and that means he will be 29, meaning that he will be having some 3 productive seasons for side which goes by the names of Arsenal. Yet Mikel Arteta wants to bring in players who are 24, 25, 26, such that they can really be part of the project of Arsenal for the next 4, 5, 6, 7 years. But talking of Sambi Lokonga, I think this is a lie. Arsenal can't sell Sambi Lokonga because Sambi Lokonga himself came out and said that he felt like he wanted to leave Arsenal in the summer, but the agent told him, please, you are going nowhere. This is the best place to be. Be here, get matured enough under Arteta, and I believe you're really going to be a better player. I believe what really put Sambi Lokonga into this situation are the transfer speculations that Arsenal were in for Douglas Luiz. They needed Yuri Tielemans, meaning that he was going to be pushed back into the picking order of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Because right now at Arsenal, when you look at the players like Sambi Lokonga, he's really playing because El Nini is really injured. But I really believe that even if El Nini would have been there, maybe Granit Xhaka would have gotten himself a rest, because El Nini and Sambi Lokonga would have been played into the double midfield pivot for Arsenal, because I believe Lokonga is really better playing as a box-to-box midfielder, but also good as a CDM. And this season, those games that he has been played as a CDM for Arsenal, he has been really looking great. Though people really think that Thomas Partey is really pivotal into that role, but I believe it's really going to be something great for Sambi Lokonga. And I see no way Sambi Lokonga is going to be sold, guys. I don't know what you Arsenal fans think about it, but do you think Sambi Lokonga should be sold to bring in Sambi Milinkovic-Savic? I believe I stay with Sambi Lokonga because I see his ceiling is way up there and he's trying to go on and really getting fit into this Arsenal side, because there are games I saw him play in the Premier League when Thomas Partey is absent. The game of Manchester United 3-1, he played very well in the midfield. The game of Fulham and the game of Aston Villa, Sambi Lokonga played a very huge part in those games. Then in the UEFA Europa League games, has been playing each and every game as a starter and almost averaging 80 minutes per game, showing you how much Mikel Arteta is really putting a lot of trust in him. That is a team which goes by the names of Arsenal that are willing to offer Sambi Lokonga with £52 million to secure the signature of Milinkovic-Savic. And to show you that this story is really just unprofessional and immature, £52 million is the amount of money that Lazio wants for Milinkovic-Savic. Now, why add Sambi Lokonga? They would have said that Arsenal is going to pay like £25 million and add on Sambi Lokonga, because Sambi Lokonga is now valued at like £30 million, or £35 million according to me. His transfer value has now risen to that level because he's still young, 21, 22 years of age, meaning that he is really having a very better ceiling. And obviously playing at Arsenal really raises her value to that level. So I believe they should come out and really tell us the truth about this story. But I refute this story. I refute it, because even Manchester United don't want such Milinkovic-Savic. They don't want him, because if at all they wanted him, they wouldn't have gone to go and really bring in players like Casemiro. You get? These are suggestions that have been at the board of United for so long that they failed to deliver to Jose Mourinho way back, because Mourinho was the admirer of Serge Milinkovic-Savic in 2016, 2017, 2018, and obviously this player never came to Manchester United. And every summer, Serge Milinkovic-Savic has been linked to Manchester United, even when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was here. Even in January, when Ralf Rangnick was here, he was really referred to Manchester United, and lots of stories came in through, meaning that his agent is pushing for his player or client to get him out to the Premier League, but things are not really going on as well deserved from Serge Milinkovic-Savic. So I believe this is a story being pulled out there by the agent to see to it that he really collects some more suitors for his client. But I believe it's really going to be with the likes of Newcastle. Maybe Liverpool can go in January and sign him, because Liverpool is looking so much bad in that midfield area, because the likes of Thiago Alcantara are really getting injured game in, game out, and they cannot be benefiting the club left, right, and center. So that is Serge Milinkovic-Savic, the side which goes by names of Arsenal, but I refute that story, and I don't believe that it's really valid. Mikel Arteta is not interested in Serge Milinkovic-Savic. I believe Tielemans is a far much better player in the Premier League than Serge Milinkovic-Savic, and they can get him on a cheaper than Serge Milinkovic-Savic. And obviously, people don't know that after the World Cup, El Nini is going to be back, meaning that Arsenal is going to be having Thomas Partey, Sambi Lokonga, El Nini, Grant Xhaka in that midfield area. Would they be wanting to bring another midfielder? If the answer is yes, then it's going to be Yuri Tielemans or Danilo from Brazil, not Serge Milinkovic-Savic. And with £52 million available in January, obviously, I believe they can go in and really say, we only have £50 million to spend. Now why spend 52 on Serge Milinkovic-Savic and put in Sambi Albert Lokonga into that contention? So I believe it's written all over the world that this story has been put out with the manager, and I refute it 100%. Because someone will say maybe in the summer they might go in for Milinkovic-Savic, but in the summer players like Yuri Tielemans are going to be available for free. So it's just a matter of time to see to it that Tielemans comes into Arsenal. I believe Serge Milinkovic-Savic and Sambi Lokonga, a deal that connects them to Arsenal and Lazio, I see it as something invalid. Now, we all know that there is going to be something known as the World Cup, and obviously it's ending towards Christmas, and obviously you know what happens and what that means. It means that teams need to prepare themselves for what we call that game that Arsenal is going to play on 26th of December after Christmas. Now, Arsenal have confirmed they are going to be in Dubai when the World Cup starts. They are going to be in Dubai. I think they'll give the players like a rest of like 2 weeks. Then from the 1st of December to the 20th of December, they'll be in Dubai. The reason Mikel Arteta gave is that Dubai is near Qatar, and it would be very easy for those Arsenal players whose teams would have been neglected or kicked out of the World Cup to join them in Dubai, because you can't go out and say that teams like Ghana are really going to go out and really play and really win the World Cup. And if at all they are to go further, they might really get out of the group stages, and that means in the first week of December, players like Thomas Partey will be joining them in Dubai, and players like which other players that can join them early enough? Let me see. I expect England to go further. Tomiyasu maybe can also join them early enough. So Arsenal has some stars that are really going in the World Cup, but the players of Arsenal will be training in Dubai to prepare for their boxing game of the Premier League. And they've already aligned a friendly game with the team which goes by the names of AC Milan in Dubai, and very many other teams, to see to it that the fitness of the players really gets back to the levels they're supposed to be. So we've been told that Arsenal are looking to arrange up 3 fixtures United Arab Emirates ahead of the Premier League return on Boxing Day. That is the Mail telling us that, and obviously that is a story confirmed and it's stamped by the Arsenals, and they're really waiting to go that side and really compete. But it's going to be better for Mikel Arteta to go on and really get his players back to the competing levels, because if you really want to keep your players fit, you need to train with them 3 weeks before that game of football returns that they're going to play on the 26th of December. And obviously it's going to be a tricky game. They're going to be playing a side which goes by the names of West Ham, and after 5 days they play a team which goes by the names of Brighton away, and on 3rd January they will host Newcastle at the Emirates, and on 14th January they'll go away and play at the new White Lane Stadium against Tottenham, and obviously 21st of January Arsenal will host Manchester United at the Emirates. So it shows you how hard it's really going to be for Arsenal after the World Cup, and these fixtures will really do what we call a make or break season for Arsenal to be title contenders, because if you're going to play Tottenham, Manchester United and West Ham, Brighton, all those aren't easy games. Newcastle, they aren't easy games, meaning that Arsenal needs to add an extra gear to go on and really get results in their face. So guys, thank you very much for watching in. Go into the comment section. Tell me what you think about Mikel Arteta being given £50 million to spend in January. Sambi Lokonga plus £52 million to Lazio to get inside Milinkovic-Savic. Do you agree with it? For me, I've read that story, but I don't know what you think about it. And obviously, what do you think about Arsenal going to Dubai and obviously playing 3 fixtures before the return to play into the Premier League on the 26th of December against West Ham United? Smash the like button, comment and share. Go on and subscribe to our channel if you're watching us for the very first time, and hit the notification bell and enable you get notified each and every time I upload a video onto this channel. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord. I sign out for now. See you later, my mates.